Good afternoon, Chuck Karstensen, another Course in Miracles, number 35 video, probably the longest break from a video I took. And last time I took a long break, I explained why. And this time it's both similar and different. Last one was about healing. And I think this one's kind of the break is kind of about healing as well. If you remember, if you're following this closely or not closely, either way, there's videos online on my YouTube channel or Real Life Impact podcast you could catch up. But last video is talking about past, present, future, and obviously not bringing your past into your present or future. This one will be on the same theme, but since then, and part of what I was dealing with at that time and still dealing with now, and anybody new to this or a reminder if you've watched these before, the reason I started doing this series is I was reading this book, end up having a detached retina in my eye, had surgery, basically couldn't do much for a few weeks, had to take it easy. And I thought, I need to start sharing some of the learning with other people. And we have these situations that come up. That was a physical situation with my eye. And then while I was doing that, I've mentioned this once, I think before on this podcast or this video series, is they found that my heart was AFib. And then a couple of weeks ago, I had an appointment and they had to put me on like blood thinners. In less than a month, I got to have this procedure that kind of is supposed to hopefully shock it out of the AFib, the misfiring that it does. But a little bit mentally and then physically, it's been a little bit more of a challenge for me. It's been bothering me. So going through that, and then plus like the start of basketball season with everything going on, I wasn't in the mindset to share. So again, sometimes, and part of the point of this video is that you might have a physical issue, a challenge, like I'm sharing, or you might have, a lot of people have like mental health issues now that you're going through. It's a problem that you have. And because of the problem, you feel like you fall short or you feel like you're failing. And like the Holy Spirit, which I've talked about a lot in my recent videos, would never say you're failing. The Holy Spirit looks at you with perfect and splendor, that you are perfect, like in the eyes of God, and that you have not sinned and you have not failed and you have not let yourself or God down. But the ego tells you that you failed and you fall short and, you got this sickness, this problem, this illness. So you must have did something wrong or whatever. And that keeps people down from living their best life. So like I shared with the last video, I would have been practicing breathing that in like that moment, I'm healed. I'm feeling well. I'm at peace. Because in a moment, in an instant in time, you can have peace. Nothing's brought with you. You're perfect and whole the way God says you are. But obviously things come up and they remind you that, wait a minute, I got these issues. So that's been a challenge here. And I know it's a challenge for most people. So that's why I'm sharing this. But I read today in the Course in Miracles about a holy instance. And basically it's just like I said, it's the time, it's the point in time that it's an instance, obviously, that you've made the decision to be fully present, to basically let go of everything in the past, knowing that that is an illusion, never happened, meaning it's over, it's past you. And in that instance, you are welcoming in eternity. And that's kind of like how you can live in the kingdom of heaven here and now, compared to living in all the, challenges that we're mostly used to dealing with and living in and experiencing and like carrying with us, and those burdens that way. So obviously many, many times throughout the Bible, Jesus mentions like, that he takes away our burdens, that, follow him to, get through your situations. And the holy instance is that time where you actually totally like, you don't have to know what you're doing, but you have to have that instance where you come to perfect peace. So it's something I'm practicing because it's a challenge when people or yourself have, say, a health challenge, or you have a mental health challenge, or somebody else is going through a challenge. but it weighs on you. And that holy instance can remind you of who you are in eternity. And I know some ways I'm not going deep enough on this, but also it is a deeper topic that most people would be like, well, I need to go deeper on this. But today I wanted to introduce you to basically what I was talking about before, but how it was explained more today in my studies of the holy instance, where that moment in time that the past isn't brought with you. Obviously, the future is not here, and you are in the present moment, knowing that you are part of eternity with God, which can help you in that moment feel peace, healing, love, whatever you need. And it's something I'm practicing throughout the day. So the other stuff that's happening doesn't weigh me down as much because it has been. So up until now, and we're working on it. So it doesn't weigh me down as much. So hope that helps you. Always probably also know this, then, that people are going through stuff. They, whether they put on a good face or not, look a little off or whatever it is, people are going through stuff. Our job should be to extend love to them, care to them, patience with them, peace, instead of, attacking them or putting them down. So hope that helps. Have a blessed day.